Ladies and gentlemen, have you ever felt that knowing aches in your gut? That persistent whisper telling you there's more to life than what you're living right now. I bet you have. We all have. It's that feeling that creeps up on us. The quiet moments when the noise of the world fades away and we're left face to face with our deepest truth. Now, I want you to hold on to that feeling. Don't push it away. Embrace it. Because that discomfort, that yearning, it's not your enemy, it's your ally, is the voice of your potential crying out to be heard. You see, we're gathered here today to explore something profound, something that has the power to reshape your entire existence. We are here to unlock the secret of becoming unstoppable in just 3 days. Yes, you heard that right. 3 days. It sounds impossible, doesn't it? But I promise you, by the time we're done here, you'll not only believe it's possible, you'll be chomping at the bit to make it your reality. But let me be clear, this isn't about some magic formula or get-rich-quick scheme. This is about tapping into the unbridled power that already exists within you. It's about peeling back the layers of doubt and complacency that have been holding you back and revealing the unstoppable force that's been there all along. Think about it for a moment. What if I told you that everything you've ever wanted, success, fulfillment, purpose, is within your grasp? What if I said that the only thing standing between you and your dreams is I can see some of you shifting uncomfortably in your good? That means you're listening. That means you're ready to hear the truth. Because the truth, my friends, is that we are the architects of our own limit. We build the walls that can find us brick by brick with every excuse, I can't. But here's the beautiful thing. If we build those walls, we also have the power how to tear them down. And that's exactly what we're going to do over the next 3 days. Now I want you to cast your mind back to a time when you felt truly alive. Maybe it was the moment you held your child for the first time. Or perhaps it was when you finally stood up to that bully who'd been tormenting you for years. It could have been something as simple as watching a sunset. That took your breath away. Whatever that moment was for you, I want you to recall how that surge of energy, that sense of limitless possibility, my friends, is what it feels like to be unstoppable. And the incredible thing is that feeling isn't reserved for rare, fleeting moment. It can be your default state of being. But to get there, we need to confront some hard truths. We need to take a long, unflinching look in the mirror and ask ourselves, am I living up to my full potential? Or am I settling for a watered-down version of the life I could be living? For most of us, the answer to that question is uncomfortable. We know deep down that we're capable of so much more. We felt the sparks of greatness. Does moments when we surprised even ourselves with what we could accomplish, but then we retreat. We fall back into our comfort zones, telling ourselves that those moments were flukes, that we don't have what it takes to sustain that level of, well, I'm here to tell you, they're the whispers of fear, of self-doubt, of the status quo, fighting to keep you small. But you, my friends, you were not born to be small. You were born to be magnificent. Think about the great achievers throughout history, the inventors, the leaders, the trailblazers who changed the world. Do you think they were born with some special gene that you... Of course not. The only difference between them and the average person is that they refuse to let their fears dictate their action. They understood a fundamental truth. They were going to drill into your very being over these next 3 days that success is not about talent or less about mindset. Now I can almost hear some of you thinking, that's easy for you to say. You don't know my circumstances. You don't know the challenges I'm facing. I don't know your specific situation, but what I do know is this: circumstances don't define you. Your response to those circumstances. Let me share a story with you. There was once a young man who grew up in abject poverty. His family could barely afford to put food on the table, let alone provide him with the opportunities that many of us take for granted. He didn't have access to the best schools or influential connection. What he did have, however, was an insatiable hunger to improve his life. This young man made a decision. He decided that his circumstances would be his motivation, not his excuse. He worked multiple jobs, often sleeping just a few hours a night. To put himself through school, he read voraciously, understanding that knowledge is power. He sought out mentors, recognizing that success... Was it easy? Absolutely not. There were countless times when he wanted to give up, when the weight of his challenges seemed too heavy to bear. But every time he felt like quitting, he reminded himself of his vision. He held on to the belief that he was destined for greatness, not because he was special, but because he was willing to do what others wouldn't. Fast forward a few years. Had built a multi-million-dollar business empire. It become a respected leader in his community. A mentor to thousands in a living example. What's possible when you refuse to let your circumstances define you? Now I share this story, not to impress you, but to impress upon you a crucial truth. Your past does not equal your future. Your current situation is not your final destination. It's merely a starting point. But here's the thing. Knowing this intellectually, we need to internalize it, to feel it in our bones. And that's what these next 3 days are all about. We're going to rewire your thinking, reshape your habits, and reignite that fire in your belly that's been smoldering for far too long. Day 1 is all about mind. We're going to dig deep into the beliefs that have been holding you back. We'll confront the lies you've been telling yourself, the excuses you've been making, and we're going to replace them with empowering. You see, becoming unstoppable starts in your mind. It's about cultivating an unshakable belief in yourself and your abilities. It's about developing the mental toughness is to push through obstacles that would make others quit. Think about it this way. Have you ever noticed how 2 people can face the exact same challenge, yet respond in completely different ways? One person sees it as an insurmountable obstacle, while the other sees it as an opportunity for growth. The difference: mindset. On day 1, we're going to dissect the mindset of unstoppable individuals. We'll explore the thought patterns that drive their success, and more importantly, we'll give you the tools to adopt these patterns in your own life. We'll dab into the power of visualization, teaching you how to create such a vivid, compelling vision of your future that it pulls you forward with an irresistible. We'll explore the art of positive self-talk, showing you how to become your own biggest cheerleader instead of your harshest crescent. But make no mistake, this isn't about sugarcoating reality or engaging in Hollywood. This is about building genuine, unshakable self-belief based on action and results. By the end of day one, you'll have a whole new perspective on what's possible for you. You'll start to see challenges not as roadblocks, but as opportunities to prove your mettle. You'll begin to understand that failure isn't the opposite of, it's a crucial part of the success journey. Now let me ask you, how many times have you said yourself, I'll start tomorrow? How many dreams have you put on hold because the timing wasn't perfect? How many opportunities have slipped through your fingers because you weren't ready? If you're honest with yourself, I bet the answer, too many, and you know what? That stops today, right here, right now, because day two is all about, you see, mindset without action is like a car without fuel. It might look good in your driveway, but it's not going to take you anywhere. On day two, we're going to fill up your tank and teach you how to put pedal to the metal. We'll start by helping you set crystal clear go. Not vague wishes or half-hearted resolutions, but specific, measurable, time-bound objectives that light a fire under you. We'll teach you how to break these goals down into manageable steps, creating a roadmap to your success. But here's where we differ from other programs. We're not just going to help you. We're going to make you see right there in the room. You'll take immediate action towards your goal, no matter how small, because here's a secret that unstoppable people. Now, momentum is everything. Think about a time when you procrastinated on. The longer you put it off, the more daunting it became, right? But once you finally started, you probably found that it wasn't nearly as difficult as you built it up to be. That's the power of action. Dispels fear. It builds confidence. It creates momentum. And on day two, we're going to harness that power to propel you towards your goals with unprecedented speed. We'll also dive deep into the art of habit form. Because let's face it, we are what we repeatedly do. Excellence, as Aristotle said, is not an act, but a habit. We'll show you how to replace the habits that have been holding you back with ones that push you forward. You'll learn how to structure your day for maximum productivity, how to overcome the temptation of instant gratification, and how to stay focused on your long-term vision even when short-term challenges. But perhaps most importantly, we'll teach you how to embrace discomfort. Because growth happens outside your comfort zone. Unstoppable people understand this. They don't run from challenges, they run towards them. They see discomfort not play something to be avoided, but as a sign that they're on the right track. By the end of day two, you'll have taken more concrete steps towards your goals than you have in the past year. You'll have built a momentum that will carry you forward long after our time together is over. Now I can see the fire in your eyes. I can feel the energy in this room. You're starting to believe. You're starting to see what's possible. But we're not done yet. Not by a long shot. Because day three is where the magic. Day three is where we take everything we've learned everything we've done. I mean, crystallize it into a lifestyle, a way of being that will make you truly, you see, becoming unstoppable isn't the destination. It's not something you achieve and then you're done. It's a constant process of growth, of pushing your boundaries, of becoming more today than you were yesterday. On day 3, we're going to focus on sustainability. We'll explore how to maintain your momentum even when the initial excitement. We'll dive into the importance of self-care, teaching you how to avoid burnout while still pushing yourself to new. We'll talk about the power of community, showing you how to surround yourself with people who elevate you, who challenge you to be your best self. Because here's the truth. You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most. If you want to be unstoppable, you need to be around unstoppable people. We'll also delve into the concept of legacy, because being unstoppable isn't just about what you achieve. It's about the impact you have on others. It's about leaving the world a little better than you found it. Think about it. What do you want to be remembered for? What mark do you want to leave on this world? These are big questions. But there are questions that unstoppable people ask themselves regularly. They understand that true fulfillment comes not from what you get, but from what you give. By the end of day 3, you won't just have a new set of tools or techniques. You'll have a whole new identity. You'll see yourself as someone who is capable of achieving greatness. Someone who refuses to settle for mediocrity. Someone who is quite simply unstoppable. Now, I don't want to be clear about something. This journey we're embarking on together, it's not going to be easy. There will be moments when you want to quit. Moments when your old habits try to reassert themselves. Moments when the voice of doubt creeps back in. But that's okay, because now you have the tools to push through those moments. You'll have the mindset to see challenges as opportunities. You'll have the habits to take consistent action towards your goal. And you have the support of a community of like-minded individuals who are on the same journey. Remember, becoming unstoppable isn't about being perfect. It's about being persistent. It's about getting up one more time and you fall down. It's about taking one more step. When every fiber of your being is screaming at you to, as we stand here on the brink of this transformative journey, I want you to take a moment, close your eyes, breathe deeply, and ask yourself, what would my life look like if I were truly unstoppable? What dreams would I pursue? What impact would I have on the world? Hold on to that vision. Let it fuel, let it drive you, because over the next 3 days, we're going to turn that vision into reality. You've taken the first step by being here today. You've shown that you're ready for change, that you're hungry for growth, and I promise you this. If you commit full to this process, if you embrace the discomfort, if you take massive action, your life will never be the same. 3 days from now, you won't recognize the person you are today. You'll be stronger, more focused, more deeder. You'll be unstoppable. So are you ready? Are you ready to leave your excuses behind? Are you ready to step into your power? Are you ready to become the person you were always meant to be? Because the journey starts right here. Right in this moment. and I can't wait to see the unstoppable force you become. Let's begin. As we dive deeper into day 1, I want you to understand something crucial. Becoming unstoppable isn't about changing who you are at your core. It's about stripping away the layers of fear, doubt, in limiting beliefs that have been obscuring your true potential. Think of it like this. Imagine you're a diamond, buried deep in the earth. You've always had the potential to shine brilliantly, to be valuable beyond measure, but layers of rock and dirt have been hiding your true nature, even from yourself. These next 3 days, we're going to dig deep, chip away at those layers, and reveal the diamond that's been there all along. Now let's talk about fear. Here's one of the most powerful forces holding us back from becoming unstoppable. But here's the thing. Fear isn't your enemy. It's a natural biological response designed to keep us safe. The problem is, in our modern world, our fear response is often triggered by things that aren't actually threats to our survival. We fear failure. We fear judgment. We fear the unknown. In these fears, keep us stuck, prevent us from taking the very actions that could lead to our growth. So how do we overcome this by understanding a fundamental truth? Courage isn't the aim, it's action in the face of fear. Think about a time when you were able to do something, but you did it in any way. Maybe it was public speaking or asking someone out on a date. We're starting a new job. Remember how you felt afterward. That rush of accomplishment, that boost in confidence. That's what happens when we act despite our fear. We prove to ourselves that we're capable of more than we thought. We expand our comfort. We grow. Now I want you to think about the biggest fear that's holding you back right now. What's that one thing you've been avoiding? One step you've been afraid to take? Got it. Now, I want you to make a commitment. Right here, right now. Commit to taking one small action towards facing that fear before the day is over. It doesn't have to be, maybe it's making that phone call you've been putting. Is that difficult conversation? Or signing up for that class you've always wanted to take. Whatever it is, do it. Because here's the secret: action cures fear. The more you act in the face of fear, the less power that has over you, and that, my friends, is a cornerstone of becoming unstoppable. Now let's talk about beliefs. Our beliefs shape our they determine what we think is possible for us. And as a result, they determine what we achieve. The problem is, many of our beliefs are limiting. They're based on experiences, on things we were told as children, on societal expectations. And these limiting beliefs act like invisible chain, holding us back from reaching our full potential. So how do we break free from these chains? By challenging our beliefs, by questioning the assumptions we've held for so long. I want you to think about a belief you have about yourself, holding you back. Maybe if I'm not smart enough, or I'm too old to start something new, or I don't have what it takes to be successful. I want you to ask yourself, is this belief really true? What events do I have to? You have to support it. More importantly, what evidence do I have that contradict? Because I guarantee you, if you look closely enough, you'll find examples from your own life that prove this limiting beliefs. You say our minds are incredibly powerful. They can find evidence to support whatever we believe. If we believe we're not good enough, our minds will find examples to support that. But if we believe we're capable of greatness, our minds will find evidence of that too. So today, we're going to start rewiring those. We're going to challenge what's the stories you've been telling yourself and replace them with empowering. One powerful technique for doing this is what I call evidence journaling. Every day, I want you to write down 3 pieces of evidence that contradict your limiting belief. Maybe it's a compliment someone gave you, or a small victory you achieved, or a moment when you surprise yourself with your capabilities. Over time, you'll start to see a shift. You'll begin to recognize your own strength, your own resilience, your own potential. And as your beliefs change, your actions will follow. Now let's talk about vision. Unstoppable. People have a clear, compelling vision of their future. They know exactly what they're working towards. And this vision pulls them forward even when things get tough. Close your eyes for a moment. I want you to imagine your ideal life 5 years from now. Don't hold back. Don't let your current circumstances limit your imagination. Really let yourself dream. What does your day look like? What kind of work are you doing? How do you feel when you wake up in the morning? Who are you surrounded by? What impact are you having on the world? Now open your eyes. How did that feel? Did it excite you? Did it scare you a little? Good, that means you're thinking big enough. Here's the thing. The vision you just created, it's possible, it's achievable, but only if you believe it is, only if you're willing to work for it. Starting today, I want you to spend time with that vision every single day. Visualize it in vivid detail. Feel the emotions associated with living that life. Let it motivate you, inspire you, drive you forward. Because here's the truth. You become what you think about most of the time. If you constantly focus on your limitations, on what you can't do, that's what you'll manifest in your life. But if you focus on your vision, on your potential, on what's possible for you, that's what you'll create. As we move towards the end of day 1, I want to talk about one more crucial element. What are becoming unstoppable? Self. The way you talk to yourself has an enormous impact on your actions, your confidence, and ultimately, your results. Many of us have an inner critic, is constantly pointing out our flaws, reminding us of our past failures, telling us we're not good enough. But here's the thing. You wouldn't tolerate someone else speaking to you that way. So why do you allow yourself? Starting today, I want you to become aware of your self-talk. When you catch yourself thinking negatively about yourself, stop. Challenge that. Replace it with something more empowering instead of, I can't do this. Try, this is challenging, but I'm capable of figuring it out. Instead of always mess things up, I'm learning and improving every day. Instead of, I'm not good enough, prime, worthy of success and happiness. It might feel awkward at first, even a bit forced, but remember, repetition is the mother of. The more you practice positive self-talk, the more natural it will become. As we wrap up day 1, I want you to understand something crucial. The work we've done today is foundational, We've begun the process of rewiring your mindset, of shifting your beliefs, of creating a vision that will pull you forward. But here's the key. This work is ongoing. It's not something you do once, and then you're done. It's a daily practice. What's the process of growth and self-improvement? So tonight, as you go to sleep, I want you to reflect on everything we've covered today. Think about the fears you're committed to facing, the limiting belief you're challenging, the vision you're creating for your future, and tomorrow. Tomorrow we hit the ground running, because day 2 is all about action. It's about taking everything we've learned about mindset and putting it into practice in the real world. Remember, knowledge isn't power. Applied knowledge is power. And tomorrow we start applying everything you've learned. So get some rest, because when you wake up tomorrow, you're going to be one step closer to becoming truly unstoppable. As the sun rises on day 2, I want you to feel the energy coursing through your veins. Yesterday we laid the found, rewired your mind, challenge your limiting beliefs, and create a compelling vision for your future. Today we turned that potential energy into kinetic energy. We transform thought into, does yours the truth? All the positive thinking in the world won't make a difference if you don't back it up with decisive action. Unstoppable people understand. They know that success isn't just about what you know or what you believe. It's about what you do. So today, we're going to focus on the art and science of taking massive. We're going to break through the barriers of procrastination, overcome the inertia of an action, and build momentum that will carry you towards your goals with unstoppable force. Let's start with goal setting. Now, I know what you're thinking. Goal setting. Really? I've done that before. It doesn't work. But hear me out, because goal setting is different from anything you've done before. Most people play wishy-washy goals. I want to be successful. I want to lose weight. I want to be happy. But these kinds of goals are useless. They're like trying to navigate a ship without a compass, or you might move, but you have no idea if you're going in the right. Instead, we're going to set SMART goals. That's specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, playtime. Let's break that down. Specific, your goal needs to be clear and well. Instead of, I want to be successful, I want to increase my income by 50 measuring. You need to be able to track your progress. I want to lose weight because I want to lose 20 will be. Your girl should stretch you, but still be possible. Don't set yourself up for failure with unrealistic, what's the expect? Relay. Make sure your goal aligns with your larger vision and time. Set a deadline. I want to learn Spanish becomes, I want to be conversationally fluent in Spanish within 6 months. Now, I want you to take a moment. Think about your biggest goal. The one thing that would make the biggest difference in your life if you achieve. Got it. Let's transform that into a SMART goal. Take out a piece of paper. Write down your goal, making sure it meets all 5 criteria. Be specific. Make it measurable. Ensure where is achievable but challenging. Check that it's relevant to your overall vision. And give it a deadline. The SMART goals. Your North Star. It's what you'll be working towards with laser light focus over the coming. But here is the key. We're not going to leave it as just words on a... We're going to break it down into actionable steps. Think about what needs to happen for you to achieve this goal. What skills do you need to develop? What resources do you need to acquire? What habits do you need to build? Write all of these. Here's where the rubber meets the... I want you to identify one action, just one that you can take today to move towards this goal. It doesn't have to be big, achievable. The important thing is that it's concrete, and you can do it right now. Now, here's what I want you to do. As soon as we're done with this session, I want you to take that action, no EXC, no procrastination, just do it. Because taking that first step, often the hardest part, it's where most people get stuck. They spend all their time planning and preparing, but they never actually start. By taking immediate action, you're building momentum. You're proving to yourself that you're serious about this goal. Stop. Let's talk about the power of habits. You see, success isn't achieved through play bursts of effort. It's the result of the daily actions compounded over, and the key to consistency. Think about it. Most of what you do each day isn't the result of decision. It's habit. You don't decide to brush your teeth each morning. You just do it because it's a habit. Imagine if you could harness that same automatic behavior for actions that move you towards your goals. That's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to create what I call success habits. Daily actions that, over time, will make achieving your goals almost inevitable. Here's how we do it. At first, identify one small action you can take every day. That will move you towards your goal. If your goal is to write a book, maybe it's writing 500 words a day. If it's to get in shape, maybe it's doing 20 push-ups every morning. Good morning. Now here's the crucial part. Tie this new habit to an existing habit. This is called habit stack. If you always have coffee in the morning, make a rule. After I pour my coffee, I will write 500 words. By anchoring your new habit to an existing one, you make it much more likely to start small. It's better to do 5 push-ups every day without failing to do 51, and then give up. You can always scale up later. The key is consistency, and there's a protein: never miss twice. If you slip up one day, and we're human. Don't beat yourself up. Just make sure you get back on track the next day. Missing once is an accident. Missing twice is the start of a new habit. Now let's address the elephant in the room: procrastination. We all do it. We all know it's holding us back, so why do we keep doing it? The answer lies in understanding the psychology of procrastination. You see, procrastination isn't about laziness. It's about emotion regulation. We procrastinate on tasks that make us feel uncomfortable, whether that's because they're boring, difficult, or bring up feelings of... The key to overcoming procrastination is make starting easier than not starting. And we do that through a technique I call micro. Here's how it works. Instead of saying I'm going to work on my project for 2 hours, so I'm going to work on my project for just 5 minutes, 5 minutes is so small, so non-threatening, that your brain won't put up much resistance. The beauty of this technique is that once you start, you'll often find yourself continuing past those 5 minutes. But even if you don't, You still made progress. You've built moment. Another powerful tool for overcoming procrastination is the 5-second rule. It's simple. You have an impulse to act on a goal, count backwards from 5 to 1, then move. Physically move. Stand up, step forward, raise your hand, whatever. The physical movement interrupts the mental patterns that lead to procrastination. Now, have we moved through day 2? I want to talk about something that's often overlooked and discuss the importance of rest and recovery. You see, becoming unstoppable isn't about working yourself to the bone. It's not about hustling 24/7 or sacrificing your health and relationships on the altar of that's a recipe for burnout, not achieve. True unstoppable individuals understand the power of strategic. They know that periods of intense focus need to be balanced with periods of relaxation and recovery. It's during these period is that our brain is consolidate information, that our bodies repair themselves, that we recharge our mental and emotional batteries. So I want you to build rest into your schedule. Treat it with the same importance as your work. Plan for it, protect it, and when you're resting, really rest. Put away the phone, step away from the computer, and allow yourself to fully disengage. This might feel counterintuitive. You might feel like you're wasting time. But trust me, this strategic rest will make you more productive, more creative, and more resilient in the long run. As we approach the end of day 2, I want you to reflect on everything we've covered. We've set smart goals. We've broken them down into actionable steps. We've talked about building habits, overcoming procrastination, and the importance of rest. But here's the most important thing. We've taken action. You've moved from thinking about your goal to actively working towards them. You've built momentum. At that moment, that's the secret sauce. That's what separates the unstoppable from the stag. So tonight, as you prepare for our final day together, I want you to do things. First, celebrate your progress. No matter how small the action you took today, celebrate. Because every step forward, no matter how tiny, is a second plan, your next action. To move closer to your goal, make it specific, and commit to doing it no matter what. Because tomorrow, on our final day together, we're going to take everything we've learned, everything we've done, and we're going to turn it into a lifestyle. We're going to make being unstoppable not just something you do, but something you are. So get some rest. Recharge those batteries. 'Cause tomorrow we take flight. As the dawn breaks on our final day together, I want you to take a moment to reflect on how far you've come. 2 days ago, you walked in here with dreams, with potential, but perhaps also with doubts and fears. Today, you stand here transformed. You've rewired your mindset, set clear goals, and taken decisive action. You've laid the foundation for an unstoppable life. But our work isn't done, because today is where we ensure that everything you've learned, everything you've done, becomes not just a fleeting moment of motive. Today is about sustainability. It's about turning your newfound momentum into an unstoppable force that propels you forward day after day, week after week, year after year. Let's start by talking about resilience, because here's the truth. The path to success isn't a straight line. It's not always smooth sailing. There will be setbacks, there will be failures, there will be days when you feel like giving up. But unstoppable people, they don't let these setbacks define them. They see obstacles not as roadblocks, but as opportunities for growth. They understand that failure isn't the opposite of success. It's a crucial part of the journey to success. Think about it. Every great achiever in history faced failures. Assistant setback. The Wright brothers crashed plane after playing before they finally achieved flight. Thomas Edison famously said he didn't fail 1,000 times in creating the light bulb, 1,000 ways that didn't work. The difference between these unstoppable individuals and the average person isn't that they never failed. It's that they never gave up. They had resilience. So how do we build this result? It starts with reframing how we view set. Instead of seeing them as failures, see them as feedback. Every time something doesn't go as, and ask yourself, what can I learn from this? How can I use this experience to grow stronger, to get better? This shift in perspective is powerful. It turns every setback into a stepping stone. It makes you and I fragile, a term coined by Nassim Nicholas Taleb to describe things that get stronger when stressed. Another key to building resilience. This is the belief that your abilities aren't fixed, but can be developed through dedication and hard work. People with a growth mindset see challenges as opportunities to learn and grow, not as threats to self-esteem. Cultivating a growth mindset means embracing challenges, persisting in the face of setbacks, seeing effort as the path to mastery, learning from criticism, and finding lessons and inspiration in the success of others. Now, let's talk about accountability. Because even with the best mindset, the clearest goals, and the strongest habits, we all have moments of weak. When our resolve falters, when the couch looks more appealing than when Netflix seems more enticing than working on our business. This is where accountability, having someone or something to hold you accountable, can be the difference between staying on track and falling off the wagon. There are many ways to build accountability into your life. You can find an accountability partner, someone who shares your goals and can check in with you regularly. You could join a mastermind group of like-minded individuals, all working towards similar object. You could hire a coach who can provide guide and hold you to your commitments. But accountability doesn't always have to involve other people. You can create systems of self-accountability too. For example, you could use a habit tracking app to maintain a streak of daily actions, or you can implement a reward system for yourself, where you only get to enjoy certain privileges after you've completed your most important task for the day. The key is to find a system that works for you. When that provides enough external pressure to keep you on track, without becoming so burdensome that it feels like a now. As we move towards the end of our time together, I want to talk about something that's often overlooked in discussions about success and achievement, and that's the importance of giving back. Is it truly unstoppable individuals? Understand that success isn't just about what you achieve for yourself. It's about the impact you have on others. It's about the legacy you leave behind. Think about the people you admire most. chances are they're not just successful in the traditional sense. There are people who made a difference who've used their success as a platform to elevate others. This isn't just about altruism. Giving back, helping others, making a positive impact. These things provide a level of fulfillment and purpose that no amount, not of personal achievement, can. They give meaning to your journey. So as you move forward on your path, has to becoming unstoppable, I want you to think about how you can incorporate giving back into your life. It doesn't have to be grand gestures. Maybe it's mentoring someone in your field or volunteering for a cause you care about, or using your skills to help a nonprofit organization. Whatever form it takes, make giving back a part of your unstoppable lifestyle. Because when you do, you'll find that it energizes, it gives you a reason to keep pushing, keep growing, keep achieving. As we come to the close of our 3 days together, I want you to take a moment to reflect on everything we've covered. We've rewired your mind, set, clear, go. Build powerful habits, and develop strategies for resilience and accountability. But remember, it's just the beginning of your journey to becoming strategies. And mine says we've explored over these 3 days are powerful. But their true power lies in consistent application. It's up to you now to take what you've learned and put it into practice every single day. There will be challenges ahead. There will be days when you doubt yourself, when the path seems too difficult. But in those moments, I want you to remember this feeling. Remember the fire in your belly, the determination in your heart, the clarity in you have everything you need to be unstoppable. You always did. These past 3 days have simply helped you unlock what was already there. So go for it. Take action. Embrace challenges. Learn from setbacks. Celebrate victories. Keep pushing your boundaries. And above all, never ever give up on your dreams. Because you are unstoppable. Not just for these 3 days, but for the rest of your life. The journey starts now. Make it count.